Super Desperation Radio! Go!
I'm never going to get tired of that intro.
You never get tired of hearing your own voice.
I mean, I really don't. I really don't. I am the worst kind of egomaniac. I put my voice made the classic jingle better. That's how I feel.
No, what your voice made Guilty Gear popular. That's what you got to say. You made Guilty Gear worldwide thing
mainstream.
Mainstream, yeah,
mainstream.
man. It's right up there with Super Bowl 50.
This is something people don't understand. ESPN has an esports network now, and esports Twitter and everything. This is all thanks to Guilty Gear being on SportsCenter. I mean, I can't say SportsCenter is because of you.
I can't say that it would have happened differently if not for what me and Ryan Hunter did that day. And Shiga had a small play in that, but you know.
Did you just a small plat to play?
Plat to play. I did not screw up the intro.
Check it out. Ushige did not have a small part to play. He just did not play. Okay.
That's why I said small. Like the smallest thing he could do was stand up, and he did it. You know, he did the damn job.
Oh, you mean
he made your ass famous? He was like the Undertaker.
He jobbed to Hell Pocket's end.
Exactly, man. It was a self burial.
Oh man.
It was a.
Man, nobody wants to job to Hell Pockets.
I mean,
check it out. He came all the way from Japan just to job to you.
To job to me. And
he gave you the rub, Chris, and look what you've done with it.
I just want to say
he put you over.
I'm very proud of what I was able to accomplish.
He passed the torch.
I just
threw it in a dumpster.
I threw it in a dumpster because I don't need a torch, and you can believe that.
Wow, thanks. Are you part of the Roman Empire? Is that what's going on?
Is that still cool to be a part of now? Is everybody off that?
No,
okay.
Dude, no.
Damn it.
It's never cool.
We were so close, Roman, you know, just
He was over for that 2-week period, and then they decided to do stupid shit again.
Why don't they just have him just like every time H shows up in the building, just have like Roman take a chair to his face or something? Like that would never get
They
old.
don't do that anymore.
That would never like you telling me they can't run it for a solid month, or like that's the angle? Like every time Triple H is in the building, he just gets fucking ham-fisted by Roman Reigns. Like that would be like magic for an entire month, and then it wouldn't matter what he did after that. That would just be like the highlight reel.
Are you going to tell me that you think Triple H would let somebody just get over on him every Raw for a solid month?
I mean...
The man's 46, Chris, not dead. Like,
damn, he's 46?
Yeah, he is.
He's 46, and he's our WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
I think he's like the second or third oldest champion in history.
Who would be the first?
The oldest is Vince.
Okay,
Vince was like 55 when he won the title.
Right.
I just saw something about this the other day. I was reading the Observer, so.
Man,
that's like every day now. They put out radio shows every day. Like, it's ridiculous.
Wait, that means that would mean that H has to be the third oldest because Nate is definitely the second.
No, Nate never had the title when he was that old. The second, I believe, was Hogan when he came back in 2002.
That's a good point.
Because, like, wasn't he champ in 95? For like 5 seconds?
I don't want to say he was. At least, are we talking like just WWF or WCW? Because I'm pretty sure he held every belt in WCW.
Nate?
Yeah.
I don't know if he... I'm sure he held regional tag belts. I don't know if he ever held the WCW tag championships. He probably did, but I can't remember.
I feel like that guy can't go a year without putting a strap on.
I mean, in the 80s, that was pretty much true.
God damn it. Okay. Right. So
Good night, everybody.
I heard Paul said something about the regional champion, right? NorCal regional champion? Has he ever been the NorCal regional champion?
I don't think so. But
if he did, he'd get
you
bodied
were
by
for that one, but it was good. I liked it.
He wouldn't come out here because he would get bodied by BJ Unchained, just like Bonchan did. There's a lot of B's in there. A lot of B words.
What
I like that.
What about Bonchan Unchained?
Bonchan Unchained.
Fused together?
Bonchan did get unchained, and he fell right off the bridge. Another B word. Damn, I'm good.
So, for those who don't know,
NCR got announced, and registration is live.
It's early bird registration right now. And if you plan on going, you have the entire month of February to register and pay the early bird registration price. This is probably the longest you've had for early bird registration at NCR, as usually it's just, a week or two?
I've never really been able to time it because it usually ends without me knowing.
Yeah, I'm actually with Chris. I never pay enough attention to early bird registration, and I just tend to miss it.
This is for every tournament, so.
Typical FGC, man.
Hey, man, old habits die hard, right?
But you know what? Okay, you know what's bad is that I feel like early bird registration has gotten so early. I still try to register more than a month before an event, but it's like people want me to register 6 months. Look, I don't even know where I'm going to be living in 6 months. Okay, like y'all need to calm down.
Gotta think ahead, guys.
Apparently, let me plan my life out. Look, I don't even have a 401k. I don't need to be planning where my tournament situation is going to be in 2 years.
Sadly, that is the monologue for our community right now.
I mean, that's true. I can't argue with that.
But still, though, like they gave us a solid month, and this is pretty long for anybody's standards, I think. I don't think I've heard of any early bird registration lasting the entire month, especially considering the tournament is next month.
Yeah.
What are the dates?
Yeah.
It is
25th to the 27th.
March 25th to 27th. It is the weekend right after final round. So back-to-back Capcom Premier events, I believe. I believe this is a Premier event. I don't know.
This is definitely a Premier event. Like, it's the backyard.
It's Capcom Pro Tour Premier event. Yeah. So two back.
It is Easter weekend, which may be a problem for some people, but
I mean, it's never bothered us before.
Well, I know, like that's the thing is that NCR has kind of danced around Easter for the last 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah, we kind of went
Easter,
between
Easter
after and before.
2 years ago, right?
Yeah. Once we started going to Sacramento, it's always been Easter weekend because, there was that 1 year that it was pretty close to the end of April, and everybody was like, "Yo, it's gonna be on that special day where we can all."
Oh yeah, that's right. It was on 420. I forgot about that.
Oh man, that was a good year.
It was a good year.
The official game lineup currently for NCR is no surprise, Street Fighter V, Ultra Street Fighter 4, which some people thought was just going to be dropped from the tournament scene altogether. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Melee, Street Fighter or Smash Brothers 4, Exert, and Mortal Kombat 10. But then, as it is always with NCR, they're going to be holding community games, and I believe if you want to go to NCR and run a community game, you need to contact the NCR Twitter, John Choi, or Chris Seglia on Twitter.
Contact John Choi. He hasn't been talked to in a couple of years.
Yeah.
We're not sure if he's still there.
He needs people to talk to. Okay. So just hit up John Choi. I think it's John Choi Boy on Twitter. So right now the community games are ST, Dead or Alive 5, Killer Instinct, Rock, Paper, Scissor, Marvel 2, and I don't know if I could say all this without laughing. Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion XL.
Fucking Elric, man.
And for US. What the hell is wrong with you?
Jesus. He's been talking about that for a month now, and I'm like...
Yeah, I've seen.
Oh, man.
So once again, community games can be added more so long as there is a community leader to step up and run the event. And if it gets a certain amount of entries, I believe each game needs at least 8.
I think it was
Probably.
32. I don't know. No, I was thinking about the bracket. The late registration. Never mind.
The question is, what bracket is Tony going to run this year?
Anything anime, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll probably end up running Guilty Gear again.
With Gear.
You guys did a pretty good job last year.
Yeah, we did. We definitely did.
I mean, for last minute stepping in, I think that tournament
we finished ahead of time. So.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah. Even after starting late, we finished ahead of time. Don't ask me how.
I think John Choi should pay you guys.
That would be fantastic.
Instead of paying me, can you at least pay for my parking? Because it gets ridiculous.
Wow, so that parking and that shit is like, so there's like some cryptic ass sequence to getting your parking validated there to the point where
you can get it validated when you're at the hotel. Up at the front desk, just giving your room number, they validate it, and then they also charge you like $20 every fucking time you leave. What?
Yeah, I'm like, wow, that is some fine print ass shit. Like, you definitely didn't tell me about that when I came in the building.
I think you have to pay a blood tithe when you walk in. Like, that's how you validate your parking.
Basically, you have two options. You pay a blood tithe each time you walk in, or this is probably the easiest one, you give up your firstborn. and then you have freedom to come and go as long as you want.
So wait, here's the question though: did they if I'm not going to have a child, do they check?
No, they don't. That's the thing.
All right, I'm in there.
They're just gonna sacrifice somebody else's kid.
That's not my problem.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I just want to say that there was that one year where Arcade Shock boss didn't know about the entry and leading fees. He was upset.
How much money did that cost?
That was at least an extra $100.
Yeah, it cost all the money.
Because he had like 3 people in the room that had cars, and we were all just leaving.
Oh no!
He fucking got him. He was like, "Who racked up this bill? What'd you guys do?" It was like, "I don't know. We went and ate like 3 times a day. Sorry."
Oh, see, that's why they had me the following year to just pull out buddy, friend, and boom, get deals. I got free validation for everyone that year. It was so sick. Look, if you guys room with me, you don't have to worry about paying for parking. I got you.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Oh, you gonna hit him with the buddy?
Mm-hmm. I give them a good deal. Simple.
Oh, there you go.
Good deal.
I kind of wonder if that stadium's up yet.
I do too, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think it is. They said it was supposed to be done by this year. I just don't know when this year.
Because hopefully they got some more shops over there now, so we don't have to drive all the. Not that I don't like going to Burgers and Brew, but hopefully there's something a little closer for those 12 o'clock moments where man, I could really use a beer.
And speaking of that, didn't you or Seg say someone's going to come up with a list of stuff to eat around?
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be me. And I mean, Seg could technically help out, but he's got a lot of other stuff to do, so I'm not going to hassle him about it.
Oh yeah, but either way, it's going to happen this year.
Yeah.
That'll be good because you tell them all the good spots, but that throws them off the scent of the secret spots.
Oh yeah, we don't tell them about the secret spots, all right?
It's too dope.
Yeah, that's something that's really needed for this event, because one of the issues people were having last year, or every year at this event, is places to eat. Burgers and Brew was always packed. You go into Burgers and Brew, it's like, hey, these are all the people that play the fighting games.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that place was pretty busy anyway because you're there in the weekend, because it's right next to the freaking concert venue.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg was playing last year or the year before or whatever.
That was pretty sick. I definitely got 2 numbers, and if I'm lucky, I'll get the other 5.
They just thought you were Snoop Dogg, right? They just saw a tall guy with dreads. Snoop.
Man, Snoop got swole. Yeah, you look way more handsome now.
Oh, man, he ate a sandwich. Look at him.
Sandwich, he says.
Sandwich.
Hey, I didn't say how big this sandwich was.
It was a pretty okay sandwich. It wasn't no Whataburger sandwich, but it was an okay sandwich.
Don't bring up garbage, all right?
I had Whataburger in the Houston airport, and it was pretty good, so... Maybe on average, Whataburger's not that good, but
what about the Fat Burger?
The Fat Burger's always good. You can't mess that up.
The best though is Shake Shack.
So we don't have one of those out here.
No, you know what?
I had it in Chicago. It was awesome.
I'm gonna say Shake Shack can't be good simply for the fact that it's not a shack. Like I'm talking, this isn't plywood and sheet metal. Like it's I'm sure it's an actually nice establishment. I can't accept Shake Shack not being a legitimate rundown shack.
Would you think it tastes better coming out of a shack?
Okay, so does that mean you can't eat at Five Guys because there are not 5 guys? I
can't eat at 5 Guys because it'll take
5
my whole
Guys
paycheck.
making your burgers, man.
If I want a burger from 5 Guys, I gotta get a loan.
I'd imagine a burger.
Jesus. So anyway, we'll see if there's going to be a food list for NCR. Pretty much all the information for NCR right now is on the website. Rooms are $99 a night. Parking is about, what was it, your firstborn child every night, and
something like that.
You gotta have the kid. You have to have a kid every night. So I mean, it's fun for somebody.
Yep.
Remember, you don't get charged parking if you leave your car in there. It's when you take it out and bring it back. Charge you.
So everything you need to know is on the website right now, and if you have any questions, feel free to tweet them at NorCal Regionals, and they get back to people really quick, and they like to make fun of John Choi on there, and it's probably just John talking to himself.
That's so sad.
It's like, I really enjoy Sandstorm.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was last night.
Pretty much all it is.
You will see this.
Guys, I don't think you understand. They've written blogs about how much I love Sandstorm.
Yeah, I know. So,
okay, so along with NCR and registration for that getting announced, the registration is now open for Northwest Majors.
And early bird registration, I believe, ends
tomorrow. They're doing a 2-day super early registration that will knock registration down to $30, I believe.
That's pretty sweet.
It's nice.
Here, yeah. All right. And we do have a special guest with us.
Oh, what?
Hello.
I
like that.
He just showed up. How'd that happen? That's some scary shit. Goddamn. So, okay.
It's almost like he was already in here.
Yeah. So I was gonna introduce him, but now, hey, introduce yourself, guy. Who are you? What are you doing?
Yo, what's up, everyone? My name is Dennis Laws. I'm the assistant director for Northwest Majors.
Ooh,
all right.
Besides that, I guess you can see me at other majors, just helping out, having a good time. Just at NEC, just at SCR. And I'll be at Anime Ascension too. So say what's up to me there.
Quick question, like before we get into anything, do you jump into as many shots as Black Rose does at Evo? Because I swear that guy's in every clip for the fucking the new Evo.
I do not. No, there's never any photos of me, and it always makes me super sad. And whenever it is, I'm like talking to someone with a clipboard in front of my face.
The strategic clipboard like just cuts off 95% of your face.
Yeah, but you see the irony of Josh kills me because he's holding a camera while he's on camera. Like, how does he do? Why is the camera guy recording the camera guy? Like,
we're working on that.
Black Rose 2 OP. 2 OP. All right, so sell us on Northwest Majors this year.
Come eat.
Ooh. Yeah,
I mean, okay. There's probably more to this, but we have really good food. Like, it's really great. We have free parking. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Seattle.
You already got me. I'm in there.
We have Seattle. Honestly, that is the single best part about this. Our tournament, all the pools happen on Saturday. We have some sweet stuff planned for Friday as well, but like, you get to come out, hang out with Seattle, and you get to see a lot of type people. And one of the biggest things we get is we get a ton of really awesome people. Like, this is a great major to just come out and chill at. We have a ton of setups. We're going to run stuff real well for you, but we're going to give you time to do other things as well. And our tournaments are going to be pretty real. It's going to be really great.
Is the hotel situation the same as last year?
Same as last year.
Okay.
Yeah, all our information is on northwestmajors.com. We have our hotel information. I have a section where I'm like updating flight info as well. It's like pretty decent this year, which is surprising. I remember last year was like a real struggle for people to come by. So when we had as many people show up as we did, it was nice, but I was like, you're here? I saw those prices. It's like, that's nice. I wouldn't have returned that. But we have a ton of games. It's our lineup is pretty deep this year too. Street Fighter V, of course, is going to be huge. As you guys know, registration is open, and like we don't really say numbers, but like 5 numbers are still really surprising, even this early on. We'll have other Capcom games there. We have Marvel versus Capcom 3. Last year was pretty sweet for us because we had Chris G, Justin Wong. Cane Blue River comes out year after year. Cloud was there. It was a sick top 8, and it was really nice. And we have a lot of people who take care of Marvel there too. We will have Street Fighter 4 as well. We can run it. That's one of the beautiful parts about not only our venue, but just our size. We're able to do this. We're able to make this happen. So that's going to be really sick. But I mean, Street Fighter 5, I really love our date. We're exactly 1 month, I believe, after NCR. So we're going to be at that point where like everyone's saying, oh, you know, this is early into the game. Well, this is going to be 1 month after NCR, 2 months after launch. So this is going to be a really good time for it. And I mean, last year was pretty notable as well. We had Japanese players. We had 2 T-Hawks in top 8, Koji KOG in there. But we also had someone in winners finals who got pretty popular to talk about nowadays. I was actually listening to one of your old shows, and I was very confused for a second because there was all this drama about LPN.
Oh shit!
And I'm like, what year is this? This is the same thing.
Oh,
the
my
plot
God.
thickens.
We don't want to make you go into that too deeply, but yeah, he's
all I know is he's already talking about Northwest Majors and what he's going to do, you know, if things happen. So
he's always talking. Trust me.
This would be a good time to put it in his place. NorCal really makes it feel. NorCal really makes it feel like their event up here sometimes. So
yeah, NorCal shows up in numbers.
really does. A lot of scenes have just kind of made it their own. We were one of the first events for Mortal Kombat last time, and it felt like a SoCal tournament just because of how loud they were and like how excited they were for everyone who was there. Mm-hmm. Like, we never have been really known as like an NRS major at all, but it was the first one. So it was the first one. SCR had their whole situation, so a lot of people just came anyway, and they made it pretty tight back then as well. We have Jinky Dink up in our area who takes care of everyone. I mean, this is going to be a big thing I talk about. If you know someone up there, hit them up, and if you tell them like right away, they will probably drive you around, bring you to all the food places, like may even get you housing. It's like,
wow.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to bring up. That happened to me the first year I went, and I'm like, damn, I'm hungry. Like, oh, hey, you want to come with me and get some food? I'm like, I don't even know who the hell you are. In my head, I'm like, stranger danger, and the guy's like, oh, no, let's go get some chicken. We're good. Let's do this. I'm like,
said the magic word.
Is that what happens when you're in like that close to Canada and in the Union? You know, you're like,
yeah. The further north you go, the more friendly people get.
Unless you're in New York.
New York doesn't count.
Well, I don't know. People in Buffalo are probably whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
I mean, they're pretty even tipper.
Here's the question. Are you guys planning on having any special guests this year as well?
We have not announced any special guests yet. There are some people that have asked us questions about the event, but this is kind of a weird time because, especially for Street Fighter V,
everything's up in the air.
Everything's up in the air. I mean, you see like groups like CCG just released everyone, right? Like we have Air in our area, and now he's just Air for the first time in like years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not going to be so much fun to beat him in KOF anymore then.
No, but like imagine now you can knock him out in Street Fighter V when you guys meet in the bracket. You'll be forever his like tournament like.
I'm Air's demon. Like
yeah, it's like I can't beat this guy. What happened?
I mean, do I need to make this happen? I can make this happen.
Chris is just gonna lose. Don't make anything happen. Chris,
if it's KOF 13, I got
exhibitions or money matches. It's just look. I like seeing Chris get embarrassed as much as the next guy, but man, come on.
If it's KOF, I got his ass.
Okay.
If it's KOF, I'm over him. Like I'm gonna eat him like a
KOF 13-0.
I'm gonna eat him alive.
Oh
man.
wow.
Wow, yeah, that's pretty good.
Since we're kind of on the subject of Street Fighter V, is Northwest Majors a part of the Capcom Pro Tour in any way?
The Capcom Pro Tour has not been announced yet outside of a final round in NCR. So we're really hoping they get their details out soon because a lot of events are kind of out of the loop right now. I can tell you, regardless of whether we're a part of it, we're going to make it really, really nice. And we already have a lot of people talking about the event or saying they're coming that I wouldn't have expected without it. So we're looking to see. Hopefully they'll announce it soon, and then we'll all be able to find out.
Sounds good.
That's
good.
Good.
This has been really disappointing because like I finally have like a good amount of money that I could go to all the tournaments, you know, like all the ones that I've been wanting to go to, like Combo Breaker, you know, maybe like go check out CEO, even though Florida's a scary place, you know, a crazy place for what crazy people are, you know, like Jabali, who thinks that he invented anime or something. But the thing is that now that I have all this money, I have no time. This sucks.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah,
it's the only way it works, man.
I mean, I'm at this point where I'm thinking like, okay, so I definitely want to go to Evo, but I'm gonna have to take time off for that. And NCR, I've always gone to NCR unless I had to work that day, but you know, I have time off for that. But now I've always wanted to go up the Pacific and see like the Washington area, and it's like, man, Northwest Major sounds great too. I don't know what to do. How do I balance this? You know?
Hard,
I guess you stay at home and we make you all feel really bad.
That happened last year, man.
But from what I hear, that you guys can actually breathe air up there. Like,
yeah, it's crazy, man.
Oh man, that was the first thing I noticed when I was up there.
It's fun to breathe there.
Yeah, Dennis, I'm pretty sure you remember. One of the first things I told you, it's like, holy shit.
You would not shut up.
Fucking amazing. He's not joking. All I kept telling everyone was like, man, you guys got some sick ass air up here. Holy shit, this air is so good.
He was actually tweeting me about the air. Yeah, he wouldn't shut up about it. I was like,
I couldn't shut up about the air.
Yeah, as somebody who went to Northwest Majors last year, it was a really chill tournament. It was a fun tournament. Everything was ran well, and it was nice. It was a good tournament to actually participate in and just be around and relax at as well. So you could kind of get the best of everything.
And last year, didn't Northwest Majors do the anime thing before Jabali invented anime?
Oh yeah.
I don't think that's possible, right?
Oh, yeah. I think he invented.
Is this like an alternate timeline of some sort, or?
Here's the thing.
That wasn't canon.
I think that Jabali technically somehow created Popeye back in the turn of the century or something. No,
keep going. I want to know where this goes.
No, just keep rambling. It'll be good.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But last year, the Guilty Gear scene came in huge numbers last year, didn't they?
So what I always like to say is this is an opportunity for a lot of scenes. What you put in, we'll try our best to give back to you. What Guilty Gear didn't just put in, they just shoved all of anime up there. It's just I'm planning it and I'm like, I can't fit these people. What do I do? So we gave them a floor, we gave them a stage, we had just about everything there, and it was nuts. We also had Ogawa. He was kind of important.
He's kind of a big deal.
He was alright. He was the other minor player in me putting Guilty Gear on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
He did the job.
That's why he went, right? He came to Northwest Majors, and it's like, this was all right. You mean there's more?
I believe this because beforehand, Ogawa would say, "There's no point in me leaving the country. I'm gonna beat the shit out of everyone anyway." And he did exactly what he said he would do.
Yep.
But he's like, "Hey, let's go do it again."
So I think that's actually a really good thing too. That I feel like Northwest Majors is definitely a good place for to be a liaison for international players who are wary about going to the United States. We'll send them there first. They can see how nice everything is, and then utterly get disappointed when they go to other places. But by that time, we already got them, so it don't matter.
Yeah, they're hooked. What are they going to do at that point? You ever think the JPs who just go to EVO are like, man, I made a mistake a while ago. What do I do?
Man, I mean, it's Vegas, and there's stuff to do, but it's not nearly as nice.
I feel like that's jumping too much. You go from Seattle, which is great, and then you end up in Vegas, and you're like, okay, what else? Well, where does it go from here? And it's that's about it. But no, that's cool. It's good. Hopefully he gets a chance to come back out for some events, if not yours, or maybe other events. But
he needs to come back because he's got to defend his title.
Yes, he does have to defend the title. I think you need to put that in his retroactive contract. Since he visited Northwest Majors last year, he is obligated to return this year to at least give up the belt.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah,
We're pretty lucky for one reason. We're on Golden Week, which is not a big deal for those of us here. But if you're a businessman in Japan, all of a sudden, you don't really have to take very many days off in order to get to us.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Your schedule just freezes up automatically.
That's actually an amazing racket. And it's so much closer on the Pacific.
We need Golden Week in America, plus all the other federal holidays.
Yeah, can I just celebrate every holiday?
That'd be tight.
I literally I get paid for 6 different holidays, and I only get one of them off. It's the worst.
And,
I don't know what to tell you, man.
You've had what is it? The past 3 years, you've flown out several Japanese players just to be a part of it, or several Japanese players have flown out.
So it was the last 2 years were the really big ones. Anytime before, people would just kind of come on their own.
Mm-hmm.
So last year was Nemo, it was Abigen, and it was Tokido, who all decided to come, which was also amazing. We got to do something really, really cool. We're talking about Guilty Gear, right? We looked at our Guilty Gear tournament, and we didn't have very many games back then. We had really a bunch of side games and 5 main games or something like that. And somehow we looked at it, and Washington's Guilty Gear scene is pretty strong. Mm-hmm. We had people like KB Nova come out, which was felt pretty random to us, but obviously we're thankful for it. And then we had Nemo and Abigail. So it's just let's stick these guys on stage and see what they can show. And that was pretty tight.
Yeah.
It made a big deal for Marvel that year too, because everyone wanted to challenge Nemo at that point. It was supposed to be Nemo versus Filipino Champ, because Champ always comes out. And that didn't happen. Nemo couldn't make it to finals.
But it was a good tournament, though.
It was a good tournament. My favorite moment from Northwest Majors easily has to be Reynolds versus Tokido, first to 10 for, what was it, 2000?
Dude, that happened, and I'm just like, I'm done for the weekend. I can walk out. I saw what I needed to see.
You just see like Tokido's soul leave his body halfway through it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to understand. We've been slowly growing. The point at which I joined the scene was like, I joined the scene. I got to know a lot of the other people in our area, and it's just like about a month later, they're like, "You understand what's going on? We're out." Full stop. So for years, I'm holding like 6-man monthlies here, right? And then all of a sudden, Northwest Majors numbers get ridiculous. We get two players willing to put up $1,000, and not just some no names. We're talking like winner of the highest paid tournament in Evo.
The 2 champions, basically, other than Matt KOF.
It was the best. It was absolutely incredible that we got to put something like that on. Like, it came to the point where like people who were coming year after year would just come up to us and be like, like, what did you guys do differently? And we're like, I don't know. We've been kind of doing the same thing.
I mean, sometimes it's just being in the right place at the right time. Like you say you're running an event and people are like, hey, I got free time. I want to come out and play a game, win some money. And this guy I want to beat is there. All right.
I absolutely think it's time. I absolutely think it's like just the scene maturing. Like, dude, if you're in like some random place, just like go out to other majors and get to know people. Just become a part of like what else is out there. Go to Evo. Like, come on.
I'm never leaving the Pacific. I'm sorry. I've been to 3 states. They're California, Nevada, and Arizona. Arizona doesn't count. I'm probably going to have to go to Oregon and Seattle, or in Washington, sorry. There's more to it than just
Arizona. All right. He says he's been to Arizona. What he really means is he's just drank a lot of cans of Arizona.
Well, I have done that. I'm actually drinking one right now.
Oh, shit.
I actually have 2 on my desk.
He just slams them together.
I'm going to record that. That's going to be my ringtone.
Yeah. But yeah, Dennis, I completely agree with you. Like, I think what people should do is go to all their local events, their local majors, and at least travel for 2 different majors. One, obviously, Evo, and the other just somewhere different. It's a different part of the country.
Yeah, for me, years it was just Evo, and it's like you just get to know everyone there. Mm-hmm. And I mean, look at what it's turning into at this point. It's like it's outgrowing where it is.
Yeah. You guys, I mean, I don't want to push it obviously now because you guys are about to run, probably your biggest event ever. But I mean, chances are
there's a lot of good events right now.
No, there are, and you are definitely up there with like because I think there's like people have always said there's like multiple like tiers of events. Like there's like your weekly, your regional, and then your major. And I mean, I would say Northwest Majors is pretty close to reaching that upper echelon at this point. Like you've got the people watching, you've got the people showing up, you've got the stream numbers, you've got one of the best stream producers in the business. Shout outs to Slash.
Damn straight.
I hope he's listening. I know I see put that tweet up. Wants me to beat the crap out of Air again. Thanks. Yeah, I think you guys can do it. But I'm obviously not trying to jinx that. So let's see what happens this year, and maybe next year, like much like Frosty Faustings, you might make it to the 3-day event.
From what I can hear from basically every game out there, from a lot of the major communities, like Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, like Skullgirls, all the other Air Dashers, and everything else we're running. Smash is nutty in our area too. Mm-hmm. I'm like going up to him, like, okay, give me reasonable expectations. It's like we have our date announced, but there's not so much traffic, and like I'm trying to keep everyone reasonable, level-headed, and everyone's like, dude, they're just talking about Northwest Majors, like everyone's gonna be there. I'm like, all right,
like it's for real, right?
It's for real. No, I thought last year would be smaller than it was the year before. That's how big we blew up. We had that, Ronaldo, Tokido being there, Abigail, everyone else. I'm like, things gotta like. There's an ebb and flow to this, right?
Mm-hmm, definitely.
I mean, I'm waiting for one of those sides at this point.
You're waiting for the downward swing? I mean, it happens, but, I don't know. I think there's a lot of heat coming on. Here's what you're benefiting from. You got a new game. Everybody's going to want to come out and play it, regardless of if it's a Capcom Pro Tour event or whatever, right? People are going to want to get that experience.
The timing is just great. The community is just going to be huge. We already have so many people who have just come to us from like other years who are coming back for it. If we are Capcom Pro Tour, like man, I don't even know what to think. We are actually going to be doing something a little bit special for that. So if you are kind of on a fence for this, but if you don't know if you're going to make it, then we just do pools on Saturday. Like, we're at a size where like we don't have to use our Friday for it. Saturday, it's going to be a good day. You can just come out for that. Sundays will be a lot of our finals. Some of them are going to finish on Saturday. Friday evening is when we have the venue. We usually set up and we always have teams, and because 5 is happening, we want to do a little bit more for it. So what we're going to have is, we'll have the details for this posted very shortly. We're going to have a regional 5v5 going on.
Ooh.
And we're already talking to people. We're already talking to regions about this. Of course, Air is going to be leading his team from Vancouver. We'll have a PNW team as well.
All right.
But with NorCal and SoCal coming, like especially Pandora House and how much they're talking.
Perhaps talking too much, as it turns out.
Somebody call
be
Texas. Somebody call Houston, please.
Yeah, that's for real.
So, if we're gonna have some of these here side wagers, what are the odds I can get on teams that aren't?
That is a story for another day, sir.
That's awesome. Great.
Yeah. So once again, Dennis, the dates for Northwest Majors?
April 29th to May 1st. All our details are on northwestmajors.com. On Twitter, we're at Northwest Majors.
And where can people follow
anybody
you?
else have any questions?
I'm TLOZSEA. And then you can also forward questions to my companion. He's MWM_Kpop.
Ooh, K-pop.
There you go.
This stands out. Anyone else have anything for Dennis?
Not for now.
No, it's great having you on.
No, thank you for letting me be here.
No problem.
Thanks for coming through.
Thanks for joining us, Dennis. You have a good night, and good luck with all the announcements and all the planning for Northwest Majors. Hope it goes well.
Regarding that, just one last thing. We're going to have some major announcements coming soon. I think our first one might be able to drop as early as tomorrow. So
all right,
keep an eye out for that.
All right, yeah. Check out his Twitter. I had the major announcement coming tomorrow, right? So
could be,
should be,
hopefully,
maybe.
We're used to that. Don't worry about it. All right, so once again, I want to thank David. David.
Wow,
good job, David.
I want to thank David Serlin for hosting of all time.
Super Turbo at NCR. That's what we were talking about,
Doesn't
right?
fuck up the intro, manages to fuck up the guest name.
Thanks, Dennis. Thanks for coming on. See, I told you I was human garbage, right? You should have used a chance to say more about me.
You win this round.
Right? Anyway, I do want to play a little trailer for Northwest Majors that you can get from the YouTube channel Chaos Gaming, which is ran by Slash. Here, go real quick.
$1 million stream or whatever it's called. To waste just a couple more seconds after that. Start. Oh, back up. Oh my god, did they just go for Respect? And they're gonna go for the match. Unbelievable. What? Is he able to jump out? Oh my goodness! Oh my god! Justin Long takes it! No! Justin King! Oh no! My goodness! So close to making it happen!
Okay, that was pretty nice. I like it. I dig it.
Lots of wubs, lots of games.
A lot of wubs. I think they got it down. You know.
There's one wub for each game. That's how you know.
All right.
That is the golden ratio is at this point, right?
Oh, okay.
I can't wait to play Kaiser Knuckle at.
So, while we're talking about tournaments, the Evo games got announced.
Oh, yes.
And I know you guys did talk about them a little bit last week as they got announced, but
Yes, we had a little reaction moment.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Fine Bros.
What does everybody think?
Okay, I just want to say right now, my Pockets pick is in the trash.
I mean, we were all kind of wrong.
Yeah, we were. I had no idea that Pokken was even on the radar.
On the radar?
Yeah. I did not even think about that.
By saying Persona wouldn't be back. That was very
okay, but that was a gimme.
I'll take the free space. I'm good with that.
You guys think you were?
I hit the Powerball.
The boys over here hitting Baltic Avenue like, yo, we'll give you my $5.
Yeah, exactly.
I said no KOF 13, no KOF 14.
We all knew that too.
Yeah. Hey, what? No.
I was hoping.
All right, KOF 14 could have been a toss-up because we don't have a release date, and the way SNK works, they might have just dropped it without knowing, and then it's like, hey, it's in the game. It's in
Just
Evo.
Imagine
it came out yesterday.
Friday, the doors are about to open up, and then SNK just kicks it open and be like, "Nah, we're having the tournament right now." And everyone goes crazy, like just goes nuts. They start screaming their heads off.
It's becoming a yearly event that Mark has to go on the Evo announcement and fight for Tekken to be in there. That's always entertaining.
I want to talk to Wiz. I'm just like, how does that keep happening, man? Like, you beat him once, and then he apparently didn't get enough that time. Like, you just gotta stop being nice to him, man. You just gotta be like, hey, no means no, Mark.
Is wearing Mad Catz gear or stuff like that, is that like the UPS of the fighting game community where you just walk into anywhere?
Let into buildings?
Yeah. You come inside with like a brown box and be like, oh, it must be a new stick or something, you know? Who knows what this guy's doing?
he just is wearing the Mad Catz uniform as he rolls in, go on in.
Nobody asks questions, nobody checks for badges or anything. Just let him in. But I don't know how he got to there.
I do have to admit, and we had talked about this a bunch previously, I was surprised to see SF4 not make it, but the rationale makes sense.
Of course.
They basically said that all the people who play 4 are the people who are going to be playing 5, so why?
I mean, that's 100% correct. And the carryover is, it's a nice thought, but at the same time, you got to make room. Eventually, we have to move on.
I mean, Evo keeps getting bigger, and it's just you have to where are you going to find the space? Obviously, they're already moving to the convention center this year, so that's going to be huge. So I was surprised that it wasn't in, but it made sense when they said it was just gone. 2 venues this year is unexpected. I think a little bit weird to me, honestly, but we'll see how it all works out. Because
we've never done it before. We've never done anything like that.
Untested ground and all that.
I think this is probably the year to try it, honestly, because everything else is changing. Everything else is getting
up.
Yeah, we might just if we did it next year, I don't think it would be any less weird. The Band-Aid has to be ripped off. We have to do it at this point. If we don't do it now, we'll never do it.
And I think maybe that's the thing is that obviously we started getting, okay, you got on ESPN. We now have ESPN esports. All this shit is getting bigger mainstream press than it ever has. So in that way, it makes sense to at least give it a shot, roll the dice on it. Hey, let's see how this works out. But it's weird in a little bit, I got to admit. I don't... Assigned seating for finals day is rustles my jimmies a little bit because it makes it harder to sit with all your friends.
I've already said it. I want to get a seat for finals day and not sit in it, but just watch it and see someone else sit in it and just be a jerk and walk in and be like, "Sorry, sir, this is my seat. Could you move?" And then just sit there for 10 minutes and then get up and just watch it again, just to be that jerk. I'm only doing it to hurt someone else's good time.
Damn! Oh, you're just gonna be that guy. Is what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
That's just fucked up, man. Why would you do that?
I mean, we've opened ourselves up to this kind of jackassery, so.
I mean, well, that is what our show is, right?
Hey.
More or less.
Level jackassery, right?
I mean, are we really that lovable when it really comes down to it?
I just want to thank the Fine Bros for making it impossible for us to react to like 30 frame overheads, or otherwise we're gonna get sued. So you got a reason now not to block.
I
don't even know what y'all are talking about.
You don't know what the Fine Bros thing? Oh, I guess we can go on a tangent for real quick because I want to keep talking about the evil lineup. But basically, the Fine Bros are trying to file a patent on reaction videos. They think that they've either invented or perfected the art of reacting to shit on the internet, and therefore anybody else that does so is clearly ripping off their formula.
And there's huge backlash, and they tried to like apologize, but they're already lost like 250,000 subscribers on YouTube.
So,
damn.
Before you go on, like serious question: who are the Fine Bros? Because I always,
I thought they were a couple of Fine Bros, honestly, but they turned out to be a couple of short dudes.
No, like what are they like?
I
assume they're just like a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, that's
they
it.
make the React channel where they get like people to react to things or games or whatever.
Oh, is that like teens react to the Nintendo? Whoa!
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit's not even funny.
I mean, it's not.
Like, God, I actually dislike those videos. Like, it's bordering on hate. I'm just like, this is so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's one of those weird things that popped up and you didn't think much of it until it started catching steam, and you're like, wow, this is like becoming a thing. I guess I'll try watching one of these, and you're like, what the hell? This is it?
Your toddler reacts to a rotary phone. Whoa!
I'll tell you, I'm watching people not be able to get past the first half of the first stage in Contra, like in the jungle, and I'm just like, is this really like entertainment? Like, if I was in a room right now, I'd just pull the plug on the NES.
I don't care about that stuff. It really doesn't bother me. Like, I don't care about kids who were not born when the Nintendo was even out playing Nintendo games. If they want to, that's fine. I'm not going to be like, ha ha, look at them lose. I expect them to lose.
I'm just mad they took down my React video. Baking soda reacts to
vinegar. You're a hell of a moron, you know that?
So anyway, we got a better reaction video. It's Mr. Wizard reacts to a bunch of jackasses.
Holy shit, really?
That's just... I don't think that's anything you want on video.
What?
It's okay, we got it on tape.
Okay.
We got it on live.
Reactions on tape. Yeah.
So
you around? Hello?
He keeps muting himself.
It's just hella
What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't think it's my
Click the little cog and try and adjust your microphone because we can't hear you.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm waiting for him to say something before I tweet this out.
We're doing it live.
Problems with technology. The future is awesome.
We need Seg in here to yell at Hell Pockets.
Yeah, clearly this is my fault.
I mean, normally it is, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll own that.
I mean, I don't know who else's fault it would be.
Well, I mean,
it's always Chris's fault.
It's always my fault, guys.
That's my
I mean,
point.
I just want everybody to know that they can rest assured that if anything goes wrong throughout the course of the show, it's always my fault, and I'm not gonna fix it.
Right. He'll take that. He'll just, be like, all right.
We got those.
Sorry.
So yeah, I think Wizard is having issues with his mic right now because I think you need to configure it a certain way when you jump on Discord. I forgot. It's been months since I started using this shit, but we'll have him on.
We'll have him on at some point, and I will send this tweet out, and I might as well keep talking about how crappy the Fine Bros are.
Well, what else do we have to touch upon?
He says he can't hear anything. Well, we were still talking about the Evo games.
I mean,
okay. Here is actually one thing I did want to touch on because while we're talking about Evo games is Guilty Gear on PS4.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is both a really good thing for me and a really bad thing for certain people.
I'm right here, dude.
I'm glad that we're actually going to get to play on PS4 because the differences in PS3 and PS4 are very apparent. The game looks better on PS4. It runs better on PS4. But the problems are it's going to be hard for people who play on pad.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
They'll not be able to use the PS4 pad because of Bluetooth.
So what do they use?
They're going to have to find a different wired pad.
Yeah. I've been trying to help 2 different Guilty Gear players with this right now, and I was told by one of the modders that pad players have it rough, and the more I'm hearing about what's not allowed, the more I realize, holy shit, it really sucks being a pad player if you use the default pad that comes with the system.
Yeah, no, you basically can't use the PS4 pad, the proprietary Sony pad, because you can't turn Bluetooth off.
So what exactly does Bluetooth do to it?
Well, basically, it makes you can always. So you know how the wireless connection there were problems with PS3, right?
Mm-hmm.
People tried to figure out some small ways around it by like taking out the battery and things like that. That didn't even really work that well because the controller maintained a small amount of charge.
Wow.
But with PS4, it's the same exact way. Basically, you can't turn off the Bluetooth connection, so unless the controller is completely dead, it can still activate the console as long as it's still paired.
Also, I hear with all the Bluetooth going off at the same time, like over across the network, it can cause input lag as well.
Yeah, and that's another problem, is that there's Bluetooth interference causes lag. Nobody has actually measured how much, but people have said they notice it. So it seems like PS4 pads, if you play on PS4 pad, you're pretty much screwed.
Dude.
Now, the problem with that is that all the wired pads, whether it's the Hori Commander, the unreleased Mad Catz pad that's coming out soon, they don't look to be the same type of D-pad as the PS4 pad.
So you might have to just relearn an entirely new pad?
Well, and people don't like the feel. Like on the Hori Commander, I've talked to a couple pad players who just don't like the feel of the pad on the Hori Commander at all.
Okay.
They're just like, it's not, they're not saying it's an awful controller. They just don't like the feel. And, if that's your controller, it's like having a stick that you really hate. You don't want to play on that. So I know certain people are really, upset and they're not really sure what they're going to do because as of this point, we don't really have a pad that everybody can just use if they play on PS4 controller, which sucks.
Yeah.
Man, that is a lot to think about if you're going to be playing.
And this would all be easily solved if we actually still had wired controllers produced.
Official wired controllers?
Like if Sony just wasn't so stuck on being the wireless.
It's not just Sony. It's Sony. It's Nintendo. It's Microsoft. Like, I understand completely that wired controllers are a thing of the past for most people. They don't like them. I still like them, and I know that there's a decent amount of segment of people who would use them.
Oh yeah, like the Xbox 360 controller. I used to love the wired version of that.
I bought one too.
They don't even
when they
sell
still
that
actually
anymore.
sold the wired controller, that was one thing I bought. Was a wired 360 controller.
Yeah,
and they feel really good. I mean, you can use them
super
for multiple
long
things.
Wire, breakaway cable.
It's the perfect medium between console and PC too. So it's like, why wouldn't you just constantly produce these?
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I think we got all the kinks worked out.
Oh boy!
I believe we have another tournament organizer in here. I think he organizes the granddaddy of them all, right? That's what it is.
I don't. WrestleMania?
WrestleMania? Yeah.
Oh wait, I saw some
Mania.
activity.
Evo Mania.
Can't.
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Oh, you're quiet.
You are really quiet.
Very low. Yeah, very low.
Up then.
Let me see. Can I turn him
Chris,
up?
click his name and turn him up.
Turn up his headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just automatically. Yeah, you could do it individually.
All right, go for it.
Testing 1, 2.
Oh, that's awesome.
There you go.
Well,
right.
Welcome to Super Desperation Radio, Mr. Wizard.
What's going on?
It is. It's pretty cool. We've got 2 TOs in one day. One's an up-and-comer, and one is at the top of the game.
Is this where the underground people kick it? Because I'm not familiar with the underground. I haven't been there in so long.
I mean, not anymore since you came on it. We're pretty much like Hollywood now, right?
Oh yeah, we're the premier Capcom podcast. You know.
Well, there you go.
Look, here's the thing you got to remember: we're also produced by Seglia, so that's it. We're legit. We're official. We're good.
Yeah, Seglia is the best in the business. Can't get any better than that guy.
Oh yeah.
Nope. 10-0 for life.
Hands down the best. So we were just on the subject of wireless controls and how it sucks to be a pad player.
It does.
It does suck to be a pad player.
I can't even really dispute that. It does suck. I mean, there's obviously pads that are coming out by Mad Cats, and they are wired, and Hori has a few of the wired ones, but other than that, you're pretty screwed.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the one benefit of getting like a third-party controller is that at least you can get the same form factor for multiple consoles, but unfortunately that might not be what you're used to, because I mean when you're at home, might as well pick up the controller and play, but now you gotta go out of your way and get something different.
Like it's like a whole different thought process, right? You're just like, okay, I want to play at home with my good pad, but when I'm in tournament I gotta play with the pad that works.
Gosh. The worst part was when I was playing the Street Fighter V beta this weekend, and I was at my parents' house and didn't have my arcade stick, so I had to play on my keyboard. And while that was okay, trying to do like throw teching was a hassle, like on command.
Oh man, you got to hotkey that.
Yeah.
L button, L1, baby. I got a question to ask Mr. Wizard. So obviously this is going to be your Evo's biggest year ever, both in terms of scope and in terms of venues. I mean, what finally had you pull the trigger on this?
I believe it was Evo selling out in 23 days last year. That was obviously a first for us.
That would be a good reason, yeah. Jeez.
We didn't really, and I think the crazy part about all this is we literally had to execute a cancellation clause. We were supposed to be back at Paris this year.
Oh.
We had to execute the cancellation clause and pay a fine because we have to just go somewhere bigger to accommodate everyone. So,
dang,
that's just the way it goes when the Evo got too big for its own good. And then,
I mean, that's good though. I mean, it's really positive to see how it's pretty much exponential how many people that you get at these tournaments these days. So, I mean, hopefully it doesn't burn out. I hope that it exceeds all expectations.
I mean, at this point,
I feel like this is just like a really, like almost like a serious, like, not like a do or die moment, but this could, if it doesn't do well, which I'm sure it will, I have very, very few doubt in my mind. But, this is kind of like a big jump, Yeah,
every so often we try to do something new, right? Like if you don't evolve, you're just going to die. So if we don't keep it fresh and keep it new, then it's just going to fade out. And
100%.
Like if we don't put our asses on the line and try to do something big, then this is all worthless in the community, right? Like we're trying to get all the players paid and have like big where you can actually make like a living out of this and stuff like that.
Oh
but
yeah,
it takes time, right? Like
all right. So the next question is, when are we going to see League of Legends and Hearthstone? And
you need to stop. Just fall back. Right there. Just fall all the way back.
How scared are you? Like, are you at all frightened or like intimidated by doing this?
I was scared 6 months ago when all this was going down. Right? Like this has been in the works for a while, so I'm kind of okay with it now. But I mean, it's a really scary jump because there's 12,000 seats in that arena, and if we don't sell out a majority of them, we're gonna be like in the red. So it's a matter of, hey, like we're gonna go big or go home, and it could very well be go home, but who knows?
He wasn't lying, man.
Hopefully with what it seems to be a lot of prominent people, not even necessarily within the community, are big fans of fighting games and Evolution, like wrestlers and actors and stuff, I mean, I think even just for the experience of maybe being able to see one of your favorite personalities that doesn't necessarily have to do with video games being there is like, worth payment alone.
Yeah, and we had Jamie Lee Curtis last year, which was really cool, and she literally went on like 5 different talk shows and name dropped Evo on national TV, and that's really
crazy.
Cool.
I know the press for Evo last year was huge and on all accords.
So like literally, I mean, the ESPN thing was kind of not out of the blue because we had been working with ESPN just behind the scenes.
You mean it wasn't because of me?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to deflate your ego a little bit, but yeah.
That's okay. That's all we do on the show.
Sorry, Chris.
Well, I'm gonna get a beer. See you guys later.
Yeah.
He can still keep that on his resume, though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. You're good, Chris. You're good.
Yeah, so it's definitely like something we were trying to work with them, and it just happened that a very human moment happened where everyone could relate to that, and that's kind of what they picked up on, right? That's for the general audience of ESPN, that's the gold for them, and that just worked out for us. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's basically someone trying to score a touchdown, and then they get to the 5-yard line and dance like an idiot.
Basically.
Tackle.
Right,
Spiked it before crossing.
Right, and that's what happened in football. That's why it makes SportsCenter. So when they could kind of relate to it, they were like, "Oh, we'll just put this on and have a quick 5-minute moment and be good." And it kind of blew up. So I was happy.
Posterized.
Like I guess, and if anything, then like I mean, seriously speaking, it was just great timing. I mean, you guys were already in the talks of like having some sort of relationship, and then boom, that happens, and the video gets sent in, and they're like, "Hey, we can use this," you know, and. I mean, I think stuff like that happens every year at a massive level. So maybe like the eyes are going to be out there more so now and just be looking for not necessarily the funny bullets, but just like, hey, like, you know, what are people getting excited about, you know? Like the cameras are rolling. Let's try to talk to these people.
Yeah, exactly. Like if that moment didn't happen, what do they have? They have like grand finals of Street Fighter where the
right.
breaks down. I mean, that's their highlight moment. It doesn't seem like that great. So I think it was literally right place, right time when we got extremely lucky, and I have to thank them for taking a chance on putting a clip on like on a sports show.
Yeah, man. They still haven't. Colin Coward still hasn't called me to like explain myself, so I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think that's happening, Chris. I just don't think it's happening.
Didn't he get let go from ESPN or something like that?
Yeah, as far as you know, he doesn't work there anymore.
He was already on Fox Sports at that point, though. I think.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy though. I mean, like, for me, like, I've been going to Evo for about 5 or 6 years now, and every year it seems like my experience is always different every year. So I enjoy each and every one of them. But at this point, this is going to be like I won't even say weird. This will be the newest experience I think I've had since I started playing video games competitively. You know, like
we're trying to ramp it up like League of Legends or like a Dota kind of World Finals, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You're just trying to like change it and make it official and be in a sports arena. And we know people are going to have to travel across town, and it's going to suck. And we're going to try to have some transportation, like some.
Oh, awesome!
But it's like we have to try this step, or we're never going to evolve. So
yeah,
it's definitely inconveniencing the players, but we hope they'll take the journey with us and say it's worth it in the end.
Well, I think if this ends up netting them some kind of payment, they will get used to it. You know, like if they're just like, hey, well, first of all, I also want to say going to the Las Vegas Convention Center was huge enough on its own. You know, like that alone was like a tremendous announcement. And then to have the Mandalay Bay Event Center become the Sunday final spot, I mean, like, damn to travel, this is something you got to see.
Yeah, and that's what we're banking on, right? Like, that's why we got a big enough arena to hold. Because we didn't like that split room stuff that we did last year. It obviously wasn't our intent, but when it got too big too fast, we kind of like got screwed. So definitely had to think on our feet and change it up, and that's just the way it goes. So, I mean, we got an area that we can fit 12,000 fans, and it's going to be rocking in there, and I wouldn't miss it for the world.
So with the Mandalay Bay Stadium, how is ticketing going to work? Is it basically, are we going to be able to buy tickets like it's a concert where it's updated continuously? Have you guys figured that out yet?
I don't know what updated continuously means.
Basically, like when somebody buys a ticket, you know that ticket is gone
for a particular seat.
For a particular seat, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. It's going to be sold through a ticket site. I think it's access.com.
Okay.
That does like Staples Center and a bunch of other famous stuff. So yeah, when you buy a set of 4 tickets or you buy a set of 10 tickets, those tickets are gone from inventory.
Okay.
So you definitely would have those, and those would be yours.
That's awesome.
We hope that you show up. Hopefully you show up for the 9 a.m. stuff and don't just roll in at like 6 p.m. and just for Street Fighter, but who knows, dude. So it's going to be fun. But yeah, there's definitely going to be 3 tiers. Or I mean, we're talking about this now. I mean, we've talked about it the past week.
Yeah.
As of right now, there's 3 tiers of seating. Right, there's upper bowl, lower bowl, and floor. So you kind of pick your price point and what you want to go. And,
oh man, it's gonna be like WrestleMania, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So you can literally be on the floor with all the stuff that happens at Evo, or you can be in the lower bowl which is like kind of like the front row seating for the stuff, or you can be in the upper bowl, which is a little bit worse of a seat, but it kind of gets you in the same price point as Evo altogether last year. So you'll end up spending like a whole lot more than what you spent this year.
Here's a question I've actually had. So that means there's going to be something akin to the box where you could sit really up close and go all crazy and root for your players or anything like that this year.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's one of the casualties of moving to an arena. Is there's no box because they don't allow floor seating, like actually sitting on the floor in an arena.
So basically, this year everyone is going to have to listen to who is it, Tom or Tony? I forget which one that gives the fire speech.
Well, it gets crazier than that because you have an assigned seat, and if you're not in that assigned seat, like police are on site. Like this is an actual concert setting. So
wow.
Metro Police will escort you out of the building.
Woo!
So if you want to get hype and like cause trouble, the police will just like you're gone. There's no like return policies. So good luck with that.
Damn.
Yeah, this is like the official stuff. Like when you go to a concert, there's police, there's ambulance, there's firemen. This is all like crazy official now. So
that sounds like SoCal FGC at a League of Legends event.
Sounds familiar. So just a quick double check, since there is going to be police involved. I'm assuming the first sign of a vuvuzela, there's like guns being drawn, right?
Well, the cool part about like an arena stuff is we get to ban whatever we want. So if we say vuvuzela, you can't bring it in, right?
Can you ban the Vega woo though?
I just want to ask this now.
The cool part about this arena is this is the first time we're going to be serving alcohol.
What? Oh my god! Yes!
Well, Chris is buying floor seats, right? He's mashing the button for the website, like waiting for tickets to go on
Oh
sale.
my god!
Well, I could see Hell Pockets at home taking his demo reel and throwing it in the trash bin of his computer because he ain't commentating this year.
It's just like, no.
So, since you said you can choose what to ban, this is actually a serious question. Plenty of people in the FGC vape, and I know some places frown upon vaping indoors. So, is there any word on whether or not you guys will allow this or ban this?
That's completely up to Mandalay Bay. I don't know their policies regarding like smoking and stuff like that. Obviously, they allow smoking in their casinos, but they don't allow like in private areas. So, I have to get back to you on that. But if they're going to allow I don't think they allow smoking in any arenas. So, I think there's like dedicated areas outside. And the cool part about like this arena is like you can leave and come back, right? Like you have a ticket and they'll probably have a wristband or something with it, so you can leave and go smoke outside or get some food and bring it back in. That's another thing. You can actually bring in any kind of food you buy in the hotel. You can bring it into the arena.
Whoa, okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, so all these cool things about like Evo last year that were like bad, you can actually turn around and go and turn it productively. So you can actually bring in water and alcohol. As long as you buy it inside the Mandalay Bay.
You're not going to have to leave your drink on the table outside this year.
Right.
I definitely remember buying 6 pizzas and having to go up to my hotel room almost immediately when we were setting up.
Dude, they were like all over that pizza. Like they wouldn't check anybody for anything when they were coming into that venue, except if they looked like they had like some McDonald's boxes. Then like that security guard's like, "Yo, I gotta look in there real quick. Like, hold on, let me inspect that. Gotta make sure these fries ain't poisoned, man. You know."
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, if Mandalay Bay doesn't have a McDonald's inside, and you try to bring McDonald's inside, they're gonna stop you.
Right? Yeah.
But any kind of food, like if you buy a burger at their burger joint, if you go into their gift store and you buy like alcohol or whatever, it's completely fine.
Oh man, cool. That's awesome. So I have another question, more from a merchant standpoint. Some people were wondering what's going to happen with the vendors as far as Friday, Saturday goes, because they're obviously going to have a little less time to work with than usual, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we did the same thing last year, right? The vendors had to move out on Saturday night because we had to turn the room over. But I mean, they would still have a 2-day window, right, for Friday and Saturday, but they wouldn't have to load out on Saturday night. Like they could unload on Sunday.
Okay.
So it's not like really a pressure situation, but yeah, it's still going to be a 2-day event for vendors.
Okay, cool.
Because I mean, you have 12,000 people in the arena. Who's really going to stick around in the convention center?
No, yeah, totally.
It's going to be like
maybe
3
Melty
dudes
Blood players.
Yeah, it's going to be like 3 dudes trying to like, or something. So.
With that though, so being in the convention hall, do you think with just like the projected amount of people being there, that will already fill up the hall, or is there kind of more like pushing forward to making it actually like a tournament and a convention at the same time?
It's more of just getting more people into our space so we don't have to like lock them out, right?
Right.
Obviously, we want to keep it as much of a tournament as possible, but obviously we have stuff for the people who go 0-2 or the people who don't really care about the tournament.
Yeah.
They have something to do all day.
Oh, and so is there also going to be more like what is it? Where people hold like conferences and stuff like they did last year?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like
panels.
panels. I mean, we do that every year, and we definitely have room to do more because they give us more space to do that this year.
All right, so
doing some community panels or something like that.
I don't mean to cut you off, but the obvious question comes up next: can Super Desperation Radio get a panel?
Who's gonna watch us? Like,
nobody wants a panel of drunk Chris like just rambling at people.
I mean, I would, but
I'd give you a panel, but I have to use the breathalyzer test on.
Sorry, you can't sit
Chris,
here.
we're fucked, man.
Damn it! I mean, what if I promise to be a good boy for about at least an hour, and then I can't do that. I can't do it.
Somebody in the chat actually asked, is the tickets for Sunday, is that for the whole day, or will there be tickets for specific games?
It's for the entire day.
Okay, thank you.
So whether you show up at 9 a.m. to watch all the games, or if you show up at 4 p.m. to watch 1 or 2 games, it's the same price. But you could come in all day, all hours.
Cool.
So.
All right.
Anybody got anything else?
Daryl wants to know if there's any details on the BYOC area. As far as I'm assuming, like, you know, how it's going to be set up for both BYOC proper and side events.
Yeah, such as Anime Evo that happened last year. That was fairly large.
I mean, last year we had blocked off like 20 consoles for the tournament area, and then 20 consoles for just BYOC in general, and then we allowed people to bring in other consoles so they can play. But obviously, we'll have more room for that this year because the room is 125,000 square feet, and it's all in one room. So we obviously have way more room to like do fun stuff and do more community stuff than before. So I don't think it's going to be a problem with getting space this year.
Yeah, with all this room, and in the very, very, very minor chance that SoCal Third Strike shows up, do you think we could have room for a couple Third Strike cabs?
You know what? There's a guy. He hit me up. I guess he has a big arcade in Vegas.
Oh wow!
And he said he's willing to like bring some machines down, and he's got Marvel 2 and Third Strike and Super Turbo and a bunch of stuff. So we're trying to work with that guy and see if he can bring it down and have like a real arcade at Evo, and like we did a couple years ago.
All right.
So that would be fun.
Order up, kids.
We'll just have King of Fighters 98 and 2002. And
Sick.
All right.
There you go. I mean, I don't play 2002. That's not that's not really a good game. But you know, I'll stick with 98. What about that?
About 2002 was the best for King of Fighters.
Look.
Oh god, they're gonna fight.
I'm pretty sure you would say 99 is the best KOS just because.
Oh my! What?
Okay. All right.
All right, can we not?
You need to leave the call at this point.
So, here's a question Hell Pockets and I had for you.
Mm-hmm.
How come you did not use our services to keep Markman out of the Evo announcement?
That guy is super ninja status.
You must be all those sneakers he wears. He just sneaks around all the time.
You know what the problem is? I shouldn't have announced where it was. Like if I kept it in like a secret list, you would have had a shot.
Location.
Evo 2017 games announced in a bunker somewhere off the coast of California.
You know what the problem is, though? I'm pretty sure Mike would have told him where it is.
Yeah, Mike's got loose lips. He spills the beans.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm not going to blame you, but yeah, Mike Rost is a big fat leaker. So,
Man, Mike, come on, you got to step your shit up, guy. You gotta.
All right, another semi-serious question from the chat: will there be a media section on Sunday for people in the media to be able to view the event?
That's a very good question. We're not there yet, and obviously we probably want to do something, but we're not there yet. So,
okay,
figure it out as we go.
Sounds good.
Just want to take this moment to commemorate this momentous event.
I'm surprised.
Anyone else got like a real question?
I'm surprised I didn't get asked about King of Fighters 14.
I mean, I'm not going to ask you about
we
that.
know better.
Yeah, I was like, there's no point.
Hold on. I just want to say this. Joey, we've known each other forever. Have I ever said anything stupid to you regarding King of Fighters being at Evo?
No.
All right, you know the KOF scene. I know the KOF scene. Where the people here in this call are very level-headed and understand. Okay, especially Hell Pocket. So long as he doesn't have a beer in hand, he is very understandable, and he knows better than to ask stupid questions. Right, Chris?
Yes, of course. Wait, what? What are we talking about?
Yeah, I was like, he's not even paying attention. He just said yes, of course. I guess last question is there any kind of idea when EVO registration will be up?
Yeah, so we obviously our registration is already ready to go, but we want to kind of pair it with the arena ticket reservation thing because we don't want people to buy a ticket and then be like, oh, okay, that's all I have to do, right, and then miss out on Sunday. So we kind of want to have the two ready to go so that when you're on the registration page, you're informed that, hey, you need a Sunday pass also if you want to go.
And this is going to be sort of a package thing, or is it something that will prompt them to buy the Sunday ticket after they buy the EVO ticket for Friday, Saturday?
Right, yeah, it's a separate deal, and they'll just be told, hey, if you want to go on Sunday, you're going to need a ticket, and this is the link to go buy it. So
okay.
We don't want to confuse people, and then down the road they go to EVO, and they're like, I don't have a Sunday pass, and now they're sold out, and I can't do anything.
Man, if you see one email like that, you're just gonna like. I can just imagine you just like jumping through the ceiling, be like, "Yo, this guy can't come on Sunday because we're sold out, baby."
I'm gonna write a book one day, and you're gonna see all the stupid emails I get. It's unbelievable.
That's what I want.
And
also,
go on. I don't want to like discourage anyone from emailing us, but you guys got to put together better thoughts than in some of these emails. It's like ridiculous.
When can we get Goku at EVO?
Serious question. So the rooms were announced and put up right as they were announced. Will ticket sales be the same, or will you announce them ahead of time so people can prepare to buy them?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna give you guys maybe 3 or 4 days notice, maybe a week. We don't want anyone to be caught off guard with this, and we want everyone to have a fair shake to getting whatever tickets they want to get. We have no intention of like saying, "Oh, it's open," and then some dude's at work and like he can't get tickets and he gets screwed. We have no intention of doing that.
Purchase your EVO tickets right after SDR. Go now.
So obviously, we'd try to open on maybe like a Saturday or something when everyone's kind of home, or a majority of the people are home. But we don't know yet. We're trying to figure it out. But we obviously want to give people notice.
Right.
Okay.
Is that all the real questions? Because I have one kind of long-standing one.
I have one kind of question.
Go ahead, Tony.
So venue internet. So just from a streaming standpoint, it's at least going to be better for the mainstreams. And subsequently, what about side events? Will people have venue internet in order to hook up to, or should we still be busting out the 4G cards?
You're always allowed to buy internet through the venue, but I mean we're not going to supply that.
Right.
Venue internet for like convention center is incredibly expensive. So, I mean, we're not going to and we literally have a network for our staff and we have a network for our stream, and that's it.
Did you guys get a contract that makes sure that if this internet goes down, you get to yell at them for like half an hour?
I think the last time it went down was 2011, and I ended up getting like 80% off our internet bill because I yelled at them so hard. So
nice.
That's good work.
The system works, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, the internet is really good in Vegas for like kind of mainstream stuff, so I don't really worry about that. But it's obviously something that we always worry about because the broadcast is on there, and if it goes down, then we just lose a crazy amount of viewers.
Yeah.
So, not fun.
All right, Alex.
I was going to say one last question. Scheduling. We know what's going to be on Sunday in the stadium, but are the other games that are not in the stadium, are they going to finish Saturday? Is it going to be a variety of Friday, Saturday?
1 will finish Friday, 3 will finish Saturday, just like we've done in the past.
When are we going to know what game that is that finishes Friday?
That's a good question. We obviously have an idea of what we want to see on what days.
Right.
And we'll kind of base it on maybe the numbers and how the registration goes. So
okay.
So you heard obviously, the Friday game has to be able to start and finish on Friday. Yeah. It has to have a lower number of people, obviously. So it's definitely based on that, but we can definitely switch it up if we think something is...
Marvel 3 on Friday? Just do 2 out of 3. It'll be great.
Wow. You wouldn't talk about dumb emails now.
Don't do it. Please, Joey, no.
we got played pretty hard that year. We moved it to 3 out of 5 in the middle of the tournament.
Oh man,
Yeah.
That really like ticked some people off, but I mean, it is what it is.
yeah. All right, Alex. Go
All right,
ahead.
Alex, go for
Okay.
it.
So this is Sanchez. 2009 third strike.
Oh my God! Shut up.
Hey, y'all, shut the fuck up. It's a serious question. Been meaning to ask this for a while. So every day I'm coming home, checking my checking emails, checking my physical mailbox. Just let me know. Am I gonna get that medal or not?
Did you play? We didn't even have medals back then, did we?
I'm pretty sure you did. I was the 8 a.m. guy.
You gotta just give him a
Back when the
retroactive
game's
golden
starting
stick.
at 9 a.m.
Honestly, I don't think we had medals till 2010. Because I have one medal from every year, and I didn't go back to 09.
Bodied.
So I think you got caught in the one year we just didn't do it.
Well, hey,
Hold on.
you know what, Alex, don't worry, because had it been a medal, Mike Z would have just got the medal anyway.
All right, I see how that is. Can I have a really firm handshake from the Evo staff then?
You could have one from Tony Cannon. I don't know.
Oh, and you're gonna let me figure out which one's which and look like an asshole. I see how it is.
You got to figure that out, and then you get the hand.
All right, sick. Thank you. Finally, this has been put to rest.
It's like when you go to the bonus stage in Street Fighter, right? Like you beat the car, you just have to guess, right? Maybe. All right, let's see what happens. So.
Oh man.
So, you know what? Is it possible to have a foot race between you and Hell Pockets? You and drunk Hell Pockets. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have to be drunk for that, man, because I dust gazelles.
I think I'm undefeated in that race, and I think I'm not going to put my crown on the line.
Man, I've watched the replay of that race every day, and I'm just like falling in slow motion to like sad music.
It's so good. It's so good.
The crazy thing about that is my good friend Sick Dick for like 20 years, he just whispered in my ear, "Do not fall. Whatever you do, do not fall." And if you watch the beginning of that, I almost fall. I'm like, okay, I'll just chill. And then boom, he fell, and I was like, race over. I won.
Wasted.
Yeah, he basically said, "Do not fall," and that was like the best thing.
And I guess last serious question: the rooms have been going in and out on the Westgate website. I take it room sales have been going extremely well.
They did for the first 24 hours. It was like crazy. We sold out 65% of hotel in 24 hours. As far as I know, it's slowed down, and there's still rooms available currently, but I don't think it's like any in danger of selling out at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect.
So I think you probably have a good while before. So
Yeah, that's important because you know the way our FGC people are.
yeah.
I know you know. You have people walk up to you last minute. Hey, can I register at Evo last minute? You just give them that look like, man, really? You had 6 months.
Yeah. Well, they get charged a hefty penalty fee for doing that. So.
Yeah, they got to pay off that Paris fee somehow, right?
Yeah. So if it's like in their best interest, they still want to go to Evo and want to play. I mean, if you want to pay the fee, that's fine, but it's not cheap.
It's like $500, and you got to kiss his ring.
I think literally it was $240.
Wow, hey, that's the price.
No, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. We got to keep it at that level.
That's the
Yeah,
price
and
you
it
pay to
goes-
get 0-2 to randoms, and
And the crazy part is it goes up every single year. Like we're so mad that so many people still do that. We just keep raising it so people won't pay it.
Does anybody ever actually pay it though?
$480.
Has anybody
Yeah.
actually paid it?
Yeah, like 12 to 20 people paid it last year.
Holy shit!
Shit.
It was ridiculous. Like they're just so mad that they missed the registration for whatever reason. And like it's not to say we're not mean. Like if you have a really good reason, like we had one dude, he was in the military and he was overseas and he finally got approved for the day off or the weekend off, like the day after we closed registration. And I said, hey, if you can just prove that story is true, I'll give you registration for a normal price. And he definitely proved it to me, and I said I'm fine with that, and we let him in the tournament.
All right.
Nice.
So
Cool.
if you have to have a soup like night, I just forgot or I was busy, that doesn't work. Like you have to have a legit reason, and if you have a legit reason, we'll let you in.
They need to bring a doctor's note, show it to you.
Right? Exactly.
There you go.
You gotta have proof. You can't just be like, my dog died. I gotta go. To the...
My wife just had a baby. I kissed the baby on the head and then immediately ran to Evo as fast as I could.
That would not be valid.
Shouldn't you be taking care of your kid and your wife? I gotta play some games.
I'm gonna do you a favor and ban you from Evo for the next 10 years. Oh man. Well, I've got no more questions, and we're pretty much out of show time at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Definitely want to thank you for coming on the show, though, Joey, Mr. Wizard. You're the best, you know.
Well, I mean, a lot of people had questions about, like, we couldn't get to all the questions on Tuesday, and a lot of people just have random questions that we didn't think of. So it's glad that I can hop on and answer whatever you guys have to ask.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that when we get down to it, we can actually be very professional and ask good questions.
You're gonna ruin the mystique, man. Just don't admit it. It didn't happen.
Now that you said it out loud, we're pretty much done for the season.
We're not even. This isn't even going up. This is not going to be archived.
We're gonna
no one's going to know this show happened.
That whole sequence
It's actually going to just be replayed by an hour and a half of Chris making farting noises into the mic.
It's going to be on World Star Hip Hop, and it's going to be like SDR keeps it together for 40 minutes.
I guess I'm just going to have to get two white guys to do commentary for guilty. There's no other option, right?
Wow.
Jesus Christ. Don't ask me to come back because I don't even play the.
What you're saying?
We don't even ask me to come back because I don't even play the game, guys. I don't have no history in that shit. I don't even know what I'm talking about half of the time.
I mean, I agree with you.
I was so glad the clip didn't have to be beeped. Let's just say that.
All right, so full disclosure. Like halfway through it, I was just like, what do I do to react to this? Like Ryan Hunter's going nuts, and I'm like, I can't just sit here and not say anything. And I'm like, first thing that comes to my mind is, what a dick. And I'm like, nope, that's not good. What a jerk.
Yeah, kept it together.
Oh
yeah, man. I literally was sitting at the ballroom, and I get a bunch of people blowing up my text. They were like, dude, ESPN's trying to contact you on Twitter. And I was like, oh, okay. So I checked the email, and I had them email me and whatever. And I'm like, I gotta go review this clip to see if there's anything bad said. Because I mean, like, I had to literally go watch it. I mean, I can't hear commentary in the room, so I had to go watch it and be like, okay, this is kind of okay this year. So I said, ESPN,
first time for everything.
I was like, ESPN, you have clearance to put this on your air. So,
requires no editing whatsoever.
Yeah, it didn't require no editing, which was really good. And then literally we were at dinner, and I knew they were going to put it on the air. So we looked over in the middle of dinner, and it was on ESPN.
That's crazy, man.
I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I had just gotten home, and somebody sent me a tweet that says, hey, man, you're on SportsCenter. And I'm like, that's not funny.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It kind of blew us away, so it was cool.
I hope we can do it again this year.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll definitely try to get it on there and see what we can do.
Is there any word on where it'll be streamed this year? Will it be on Evo 2K again on Twitch?
Yeah, we definitely don't plan on moving it anytime soon. So,
well, this is a quick question. So I've always been at Evo, so I never had to like pay for the Twitch thing. But does that subscription last for like the whole year?
It actually lasts a lifetime.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
I had no idea. That's because I've always wanted just to spam the American flag emote, like. And if that's the case, I'll probably go put my money down now, even though I'll probably be at Evo again.
Yeah, do it.
You can actually still go buy the 2015 icons.
Ooh.
Because it's still on sale, right? Like, we don't change it until 2016, like July. So you can actually retro go buy all the icons, and you keep them forever until...
I might do that.
Until Twitch closes down or whatever. So,
until Mike burns it all down.
Yeah, until Mike burns it to the floor. So any icons you've bought over the years, so if you saw like the 2012 like Kappa Rai, you have that icon for the rest of your subscription on Twitch. So that's the cool part about the Evo subscription. You never lose it.
Awesome. Totally worth it then. Totally worth it so I can spam American flags in everybody's chat and get banned.
You can also like I would love to hear the community's like feedback on new icons for this year. We're always running out of we don't really have any more ideas, and we don't really know what the community
needs to be
wants
a really hard and hidden emote of Seglia's face that changes like every 30 minutes.
What?
But you gotta know what the code is if you want to post Seglia's face. You'll never get it.
It's just Seg looking at you disappointedly because that's pretty much the only face he has.
Just saying stand by.
I don't fucking know.
Dude, he's the only person with the title of executive producer of Evo. So I mean,
yeah, man, he's up there,
that's
man.
a pretty good title. So
He's
really good guy.
All right, well, I want to thank you for coming on. This is pretty much the end of our show. We ran it all the way down to the wire. So
Glad to be here. Glad to answer your questions, and hopefully everyone had a good time.
No, yeah, come back anytime, please. We'd love to have you.
Well, I got some more fun, super crazy announcements coming up down the stream. So be back, and yeah, we got some cool stuff in the pipe that we've never done before, and we're gonna try some very new stuff this year, and it's gonna be cool.
I mean, if you have to do it with Mike next to you, that's totally cool. You can do it on the show. We'll set it up. We'll even get you to a couch. It'll be good.
I think Mike is my go-to guy for big announcements. He gets the casual draw of all these random people who know who he is and maybe don't know who I am and Evo is. So it's a good fit.
You're a man of the people, Mike. Congratulations.
Chris just so mad, just seething right now.
See, the problem with you, Chris, is that you're a different kind of Mr. Fourth Place. You got fourth place in a game that's irrelevant, guy.
You just dissed yourself, man.
Oh man, shit.
Yeah, fourth place in King of Fighters 94.
94, baby. Back when it was a real game.
Dude, I played all those too, 94, 95. I played all that crap.
Man, that was a strange blur.
Bad.
It's like between that and Alpha 1.
Yeah, it was kind of bad.
Yeah.
You don't like fighting bison and the anime music starts playing?
I would only like it if they drove into like the scene with a truck, like in the movie.
I played revisions of Street Fighter 4 when Short didn't combo. Like they didn't understand why combos were good. And
we need to have you on this show again so you can just tell us weird stories like that. That'd be great.
I think I played this version. Is it like backstage at E3?
It was during one of those times, yeah. So,
yeah, okay. I played this version. It was...
Yeah, there's all sorts of fun stuff of just stuff you'll never hear stories told because it's like... I mean, you'll hear it in person if we ever have dinner or something, but you'd never hear it on a public airway. So
that's the
really good story.
Esteban? We need to get the FGC old man documentary. Yeah, back in the day, some guy pulled the gun on me, so I had to break his arm.
I'm pretty sure Esteban will be down to do that.
Yeah, free publicity.
He did a good job with FGC Films, so yeah.
Hey man, you gotta keep the guy busy, right? Come on.
All right. Well, I guess that about wraps it up.
Yeah.
We had all these topics to actually talk about, and we didn't get to any of them really. I mean, we got to the tournaments, and we just sort of ended there, and that.
So what
supposed to only be maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes.
What we'll do, everyone? We apologize for not talking. I really did want to talk about Killer Instinct because it looks good, but we'll save everything for next week. Yeah, and we'll tack it on.
We'll come back, talk about KI World Cup, which was actually really entertaining. Season 3 and why it looks really good.
Rash Battletoads, so sick.
Man, if it is the Arbiter, which it looks like it's going to be, that's going to be really interesting.
The best part is that it's going to be Keith David. I hope. He's my favorite actor.
Oh, okay. But. So that about wraps it up. I'd like to thank our guests, Mr. Wizard and T-Laws, for coming on and answering questions from us and from people in the chat, and just generally being cool people. So from everybody here at Super Desperation Radio, good night and good luck.
And you don't win friends with salad.